'Twas the night before the final trading day, and all through the house, not an option was selling, not even for my spouse. It is Thursday, December 28th, 2:19 p.m. in the farm fields of Valparaiso, Indiana. This is the second to last trading day of the year, and there has not been a whole lot of action going on around here. And I will try to explain why. My own little thesis, my own little thoughts on things. I did put on this little hokey Crocs trade. Crocs looked like it was setting up very nicely for some up moves. So I thought, let's just put a little tester on there. So I did sell three $93 puts on Crocs yesterday, expiring tomorrow. And what did we collect? We collected $135 for doing so. Just a little pocket money to go into another long weekend. But if you see what's happening today, we're a little bit down in our whiskey, off our all-time highs of 1.93. Is that it? No, 1.893. Sorry about that. 1.893. We're at 1.888, down $4,200 today, likely due to I still have a large position in oil, and oil is downtown to Chinatown today. Let's go to the Yahoo Finance. I think it's down around 3%. If we look at crude, we're down 2.96%. Uncle Russ is down, just as we talked about yesterday. And gold and silver also down. Hey, didn't we talk about that yesterday also? What are you, Nostradamus? No, not even close. I have a magic 8 ball that I've been using, and it's been working pretty well lately. But the big theme, the big thesis lately has been, I don't know, the last 30 days or so, I've been raising cash in the account, and essentially went from zero cash to $1,084,334. And I did that. I did not add a dime. I have only been selling off the majority of my position in oil, sold off gold, sold off silver, and I've sold off a bunch of the losers, also sold off a bunch of losers. So I'm going to create a spreadsheet to show that what we sold and what our realized loss is going to be that will go against our gains for 2023. But I did, if you've been checking out this channel for a while, you see the various very elementary spreadsheets that I create and use. I like to track my positions. And then you may have seen me mention this poop spreadsheet a couple of times, but I've never actually shown it. I'm about to show it to you now, but what is this? But before we do, let's take a look at this. Oh, it's Target. Yeah, in fact, that's the reason it's up, because I just updated it. Target, they had the old Tuck-a-Buck incident, the bathing suits for men that feel like they are women. And the bathing suits, the bikinis, gave them a spot to, tuck the pickle. And this is what we've ended up with. So I was way down in my whiskey. I was just buying shares and losing money as we went, because it just kept going downtown to Chinatown on me. But I thought, well, maybe we can work our way out of that. So that's what we've been trying to do ever since. All the premium and the dividends that have been collected right here. And yeah, they add up. They add up real nice. And they've added up I went ahead and did through the end of the year, even though we're only on the 28th. That's 249 days into the position, and I've collected $11,366 in premium and dividends and I had a total investment of $114,200 and what was that, a little glitch? Anyways, we have $114,216 invested in Target. So we took the money that we've collected in premium and dividends, divided it against our investment of $114,216, divided it by the number of days in the trade, 249 days, and then multiplied it by 365, which gives us an annualized return, which is how I like to look at all the trades that I make, whether they're selling puts, selling calls, or realizing positions. We are at 14.5. Is that accurate? Yeah, 14.5% on our money. So not bad for what essentially has been a losing trade, and it's been a tough battle, but we seem to be making some headway into that battle with target. So, but let's go to the poop spreadsheet just to see what's on it. Pull it up there. Where is my internet, Mr. Elon? I will dial up the satellites right now. So here's the poop trades. So this, and again, this is not updated because you can see I had, what is that? Current share price. This is probably a couple of months old because I was just refusing to look at it directly in the eyes. But I wanted to create what are my 10 worst positions as far as what was the down when I'm down. So I do have to update this, but I wanted to show it to you just to give you a general idea because I've gotten rid of most of these positions, taken it on the chin to then realize that loss to go against my gains for 2023 to just reduce that bill that I will owe the government. So I wanted to share with you the positions that we are down on. Now obviously at that 143, that's not what we sold at. We sold at 150 if you watch that video. But let's go through these. So United Parcel Service at the time was my 10th worst position. Devon Energy was number 9, and probably Devon's closer to the top now because I've sold off most of the rest. But I still like Devon. I know maybe it's just a confirmation bias, but Devon Energy is still on the books as of this moment. PepsiCo just sold them off yesterday, so took the loss on Pepsi yesterday. Bank of America sold those a couple of weeks ago. VF Corp, I think Friday was our last day with them. Smuckers, I think, was about 2 weeks ago. And that was another one where, trades, again, if you've been watching for a while, you know this, but a lot of trades that I've made over the course of the year that I don't think I'll be doing any more of, at least without further research, is it's like, hey, it's a company, I know what they do. They did something that I like, and yet the stock price is plummeting. And JM Smuckers was one of them because they bought Hostess, and I was like, I like Twinkies, I like frozen ho-hos. So why not get in on that action? So I was buying, and it was falling, and so I finally threw in the towel just to say, you know what? And we didn't do horrible. I haven't finished the spreadsheet. I know I've got it in here somewhere. I should probably update all of them and then maybe have one whole video or a couple of videos going through the different positions just to see what went on with like a Smuckers from where I was making entries at 130 and it went all the way down to, it went way further down than this because this was the current price when I created this spreadsheet and it went down to, I'd say 106, 107. And then we sold at 120. So I'll have to redo all of this. But we got rid of Smuckers. AbbVie still on the books, but we did get rid of Walgreens. Target still on the books, as you saw. And then I did get rid of Pfizer. And at the time, Pfizer was the biggest goat in the barnyard. So sold them off for a loss. And, part of the wash rule is this. You sell these off and write the loss against your gains. Then you cannot mess around with these stocks for another 30 days. But there isn't any of them on here that I sold that I would be messing around with anytime soon, at least according to my current thoughts, thesis, and trading style. As you've noticed, I've shifted gears lately, looking more at ETFs, markets in general, indexes, because I've been studying Liberace. You know who Liberace is. If you're new to the channel, then that's Fibonacci, aka Liberace, studying the Fibonacci and the Elliott wave theory. And again, it is just that. It's just theories. I think and I feel that it has increased probabilities with regard to trades according to market sentiment. And it could just be voodoo hocus pocus. And I've gotten lucky on a handful of things, but I did very well recently with oil, gold, and silver, along with Alcoa. If you followed me on the Alcoa trade, we did really well on that. Antero Resources, etc. We'll keep sharing those. We talked about some of those ideas yesterday, and I continue to in it just about every videos. But that was the poop portfolio on the spreadsheet. I will update that and then do kind of a year over year recap. It was my first full year of trading options, collecting dividends, and even adding some swing trades at the end. I hope you've enjoyed that. Speaking of which, let's take a look. I was looking at, just as I did, let's go to the, I've been doing next to nothing, basically because I've been raising the cash, trying to be in a pretty large cash position for what looks to be good signals in oil and gold and silver and SPY, SPX, etc. And any of those positions that I want to take. Getting out of a number of positions because I had way too many for my little brain to handle. So I did tell you on Tuesday we sold off all of our Chevron position, 1,000 shares at 152.72, looking like a brilliant move right now. Could again just be that blind squirrel stumbling upon some sweet nuts before winter, and because currently Chevron trading at 150.24. Crocs, we did the $93 strike, 3 contracts collected 135, and Crocs is currently trading in the 95s. So we got that going for us. So let's go back here. FedEx was the same thing. I was looking at this at the very beginning and I missed their big run up. I was going to sell puts down here and it just went wild right at the start. And it was like, according to what we were hoping and what we thought was going to go on, doesn't mean I'm done with FedEx. Just might do it, even a little training wheel trade, which would be a put credit spread, sell the short and then buy the long against it to create a credit spread. So we do put some cash in our pocket with limited risk. And then typically, if those trades work, then it's a nice return on your collateralized capital. So we'll look at that. If we do, I'll talk about it. USO, we talked about this yesterday. I just didn't have a good feeling on USO. I don't have a bad feeling. I still have a overall bullish feeling, but where will this bottom, this current bottom, it may be there already. Because if you look at, is this one day? Yeah, so here's the beginning of the day right here. If we look at this day, I mean, it was like, it went on. So we got up to the high, right, around 68.94, and then it just went to lower highs and higher and lower lows. So high, lower low, lower high, lower low, all the way down. And then did it bottom here? Because I was thinking to myself, hey, you get a 6-8 handle on USO, it might be at least time to sell some puts to test it out some more. And so I may have missed the bottom there. I don't know. The beauty is I don't need to do anything right now. And I'm also maybe not even interested in creating any more taxable income in this account for 2023, because guess what? There's only 30 minutes and 1 trading day remaining in 2023. So we did come off. It just bounced right off of 67 for the most part. I did get down to about 68.9 or 66.97, but bounced right off that 67, and it went back up to where we see it here, still well under the 60 or the 200-day moving average. As that continues to drop, you see this like charcoal gray line there. So we'll keep an eye on USO. I'm really getting tempted to at least sell some puts on ExxonMobil today. I still have 2,300 shares of ExxonMobil. Possibly consider 700 more shares, because where it's at right now is still under my current cost basis. And then USO, I'm looking at making a move on that soon, but I don't have to, so I'll continue to watch. Gold, this is GDX, the gold miner. We talked about this yesterday when it was in the 32s, and I thought the next move was down according to the charts, according to the abacus, according to the crystal ball, and the magic 8 ball, and that's what it's done. I don't think it's gotten to the bottom of its local low, so I'll be looking to get interested once we got a 30 handle. Currently holding on to that 31 handle. So same with GLD and a gold ETF. Where is it at? Currently trading at 191.71. Down 88 cents today, so I'd be looking in the 180s. Once it crosses into the 189s, I'd be looking at least selling puts on it, possibly owning it again, depending on what the chart is looking like. Here's the one that I think is currently most interesting, and we talked about it yesterday. We said it's going to possibly 210 total, in the short term, and it went up. But before it did, I thought maybe it'd be going down, and that's what it's done today. So currently what it's sitting at is 203.78, and I think if we hold over 202 in the next couple of days, which it looks like exactly what's going to happen. Then it's going over to 207, 208, maybe 209 short term before falling back down to a run 95 before then taking another big move up before maybe being the final top. But that could be all completely wrong and gibberish. And this could be the final top, depending on what goes on. You know, the Santa Claus rally, we're essentially still in the throes of it. By definition, it's the last 3 trading days and first 2 trading days of the following year. So we still have essentially 3 more trading days of the Santa Claus rally, but still wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow there wasn't some risk off to end the year. But I keep talking myself out of that because it's like, if you've got some nice positions, why add that taxable income to 2023 when I could save it to Tuesday or Wednesday? So we'll see. Keeping an eye on that, but I still think we got some legs left in Uncle Russ. This is IWM, which is the ETA that follows Uncle Russ and the Russell 2000. So that could be, I mean, this could be the low of this particular move before it goes up to 206, 207, possibly 208. But I was looking for it to possibly get just a little bit lower. But you know how that greed, you know how the greed meter works. It's like, it's just a little lower. Or when you're selling, just a little higher. So it has made a nice recovery from its day low of 203.38, currently at 203.81. So that is my update for you today. Thanks for tuning in. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Click the old like button. Leave a lovable comment. Share with one of your best friends. And I will see you in the next video.